There are some real red flags if you're talking to a recruiter and they hear certain things, then that could shut things down very quickly. I want to give you 5 things to avoid when talking to engineering recruiters. Let's jump into it. Okay, so if you're talking to a recruiter, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that shuts down the conversation and turns them off about you and the opportunity really quickly. I'm going to give you 5 of them. Mistake number 1 is, I'll take anything, right? What this does is it signals desperation, signals that you have a lack of direction, and it actually makes you hard to match because a lot of times when recruiters are involved, especially external recruiters, they're looking for much more harder to find specific things. And if you are saying, I can do anything for everyone, then that's really hard for them to be like, okay, what do I do with you? If you're not anything, then what are you? Just makes it really difficult. So be as specific as you can. Mistake number 2 I see a lot of engineers make is bad-mouthing their current employer, okay? Professionalism matters. Even if you don't love where you're at, which is why you're seeking to get something new, you can still be respectful about it because this negativity, it creates risk. It is an indicator of, ooh, this could be a bad culture add to the company and the client and might not show up well to the hiring team. Recruiters don't want that on their plates and they don't want to usually push those people through. So don't be bad-mouthing people, please. It doesn't look good. Mistake number 3 is people who showcase dishonest compensation numbers. Now, compensation can be a stressful topic, and very few people are wanting to take any dips in their compensation. Usually they want to go up, not just laterally. We all get that. But recruiters are pretty well versed in the markets. And so if you are saying something that you're getting paid $40,000, $50,000 more than what anyone else that they're talking to is saying, then that's going to throw up some spidey senses and say, maybe this person isn't saying much. And usually their client has some parameters and budgets that they're already working with as well. And so it might shut things down, even if you would perhaps be interested. So be honest about where you're at, especially if it's an external recruiter. They would love for you to get paid as well as you possibly could and can even coach you through that. They know what the budgets are. They're not trying to hide anything. And so it's just good to be honest about this stuff, okay? Number 4 is when I see people overshare personal frustration. So this goes back to similarly like not throwing your current employer under the bus, but to stay professional. And this could be frustrations about the recruiting process. We all know about plenty of bad experiences that people have had with recruiters, being jerks or ghosting or anything else like that, but keep it professional. Be real with them, and you don't have to answer any personal things about you that you don't want to, and there's a lot of things they actually can't ask. So you don't need to overshare. Just keep it as professional as possible while being still authentic and real with them about what you're trying to accomplish. Now, finally, mistake number 5 is saying something like, I'm not good at interviews, okay? Now, external recruiters especially, they want to present great candidates to their clients that are hiring them to find someone great, okay? Now, you can say, I'm working on communicating my experience more effectively. If they see you as a great fit for the role, you can talk about, hey, here's what I would love to make sure that I get some help on in prepping for the interview. A lot of recruiters will even help you do some prep for the interview. That's great. They want you to show up positively. They want you to be able to get that role if they think you're a great fit for it. And sometimes interviews are still difficult and they're stressful. So again, work with the recruiter as a collaborator. Don't shut yourself down and talk negatively about yourself. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help them. Okay? Recruiters are evaluating communication and professionalism just as much as technical fit. So show up in that way as much as you possibly can. Thanks so much for being here and watching. If you're someone who is trying to improve and present yourself more professionally, speak better and interview better and make an intentional career transition, I literally wrote the book on intentional engineering careers, The Intentional Engineer, and I offer this personalized coaching for engineers navigating intentional career transitions. And I also work on the other side as a recruiter. I understand both sides, and I can help you keep coming back for more content. I offer a bunch of free resources that you can find at my website, jeff-perry.com/resources. And you might especially want to check out the Engineering Career Clarity Checklist for trying to chart your path with intention. Thanks so much for being here, and hope to see you on the next video.